All right.
Yeah,
Mulligans and Hackers Golf. We're back for another episode. Was this episode 113?
13, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Speargrass Prep.
Yeah, we're
Next event is Saturday at Speargrass, Calgary.
had a little break this week while we were recovering from our actually no, we had a weekend off because last time you heard from us, we were coming off Paradise Canyon and Lethbridge.
Which was a lot of fun. And
Yep.
I think for myself, may have been a little bit of turn in the golf game, if that makes sense.
And I mean, I'm gonna say for me as well. I think although we had different experiences there, it turned something in my golf game too.
Yeah, which I think Leah wants to talk to you about. just saying that she did respond to the last pod, and yeah, she might want to talk to you about that. You might have to answer that when you go to Speargrass. Just so but we're gonna get her back on the pod, and we'll talk about it then.
Yeah, it is what it is. We've been talking a little bit
but
on messaging.
My golf since Paradise Canyon, I am very happy with. Very happy with. There's a lot of positives. I played a couple rounds this weekend. You and I both did.
Yep.
I didn't play men's league last week because
you guys were running.
We were running it, and it was just a gong show. Man.
Yeah, when it takes over an hour to count money, that's pretty painful.
That was a different experience, and again, I've never done it before, and I do believe.
How many monkeys does it take to count the bag of money for each hole?
For the record, I will be conveniently ill the next time our team has to do that. I'm not gonna lie.
I think you only have to do it once a year. So.
That was just a nightmare. But I did get a few range sessions in last week. Did we play 9 last week?
I played lots of 9s.
You played lots of. Fuck, you played every day since we got back from Paradise Canyon, haven't you?
I have not stopped. I literally have played every single day since up until today. Was the first day that I didn't actually play, but I went and I did 2 extra large buckets of a range session and really was working on some stuff tonight. Really focusing on getting the driver back into the bag, working on continuing with a nice, easy pace takeaway, return to the ball, just really getting good compression.
Making sure your mic's on.
It is on, yeah. It's on this time for sure. You turned it on before you gave it to me.
Yeah,
I double checked. So I went down and I had a range session tonight. But I mean, from coming back from Paradise, I played a week straight. I played 18 at the Hat on the Monday. I played.
So you weren't happy with your Paradise Canyon rounds.
Well, that's to say the least.
So you went right into, okay, I got shit to work on.
Yep.
Right. I was happy with my Paradise Canyon rounds, and I think I only did 1 range session last week.
Yeah, I think it was Friday.
And I think I did 2 went to the gym twice. Just as a tone down, I was happy with it. But yeah. I was actually like really prepping for this weekend pass that we played. And I was, again, there was some real positives that came out from me this weekend. So before we get into yours, Saturday I shot an 86.
Yeah.
But I shot a 41 on the front, which is 5 over.
One of your best fronts.
One of my best fronts of the year.
Or one of your best 9s.
One of my best
front or back.
Front or back, yeah. Which was, again, positive. Then we made the turn, and again, I have that. I have those I said, like Paradise Canyon phases where it's like I've never learned, like I don't know how to play the game, right? And when we made the turn, I went 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I went 9 over through 10 to 15. Went 9 over. I like kind of lost it. Then I birdied 16, parred 17, bogeyed 18, for a 45 on the back. So 41 on the front, 45 on the back for an 86. I actually was happy with that because
you didn't let it get out of control.
Did.
You finished bogey golf on the back, right?
Right. So I was like, and there was a lot of good shots there too.
Yep.
There was a lot of fairways, lots of greens. I think it was 2 or 3 3-putts, which, I mean, for me, that's typical in a round. I'm not going to get away from that, really.
I mean, even as well as I putt, I still have 1 to 2 around. And so, I mean, they're impossible to get rid of unless you just increase your get better on your handicap, right?
So we win this Sunday. I'm feeling pretty good. Sunday. Start off on the front on Sunday. I better my score on Sunday on the front, go from a 41 to a 40.
Mm-hmm.
And that's with no birdies. So I went 4 over on the front, and there was a double bogey in there. 3 on, 3 putt on number 8, which is, again, number 8 and number 15 are holes that if I'm going to have a bad hole or there's something going to be off in my round, it's going to be those 2 holes.
Which is fine because that doesn't affect your handicap as much, right? Because they're the 2 hardest ranked holes.
So, for the other 8 holes, I went 2 over.
Pretty damn good.
And shot a 40. And I'm like, again, I'm ecstatic. Tons of fairways. I hit 3 greens. There's a lot of 1 putts, right? So,
yep.
Again, positive. I'm, Saturday, first 9 on Sunday. So then we make the turn. I go 3 over through the first 5. Same thing. I'm like, just keep it around there.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep it around there. Then hole 15 hits, and here we go again, right? Hole 15, 3 on. I was like, and I wasn't in 3-putt territory. I was 3 on, 15. And I'm like, if I could get out of here with a bogey, damn, right? I could turn this into a solid back 9. I 3-putt the fucking thing from not 3-putt territory. The pin was on the front.
Yeah, you might have been 15 feet maybe.
Yeah, and I 3-putted it from there just like a tool. And I was a little frustrated after that hole. We get to the next par 3, which I play really well all the time, and I double bogey that one. So I back-to-back double bogeys. Puts me at 7 over through 7. So puts me to bogey golf on the back. Number 17, which is a hole I play well as well. I parred that. Fairway green 2-putt par.
Mm-hmm.
And bogey number 18. I had a chance to par that too, but just didn't get there. And so I shot 44 on the back. So 40 on the front, 44 on the back, 84 plus 12.
So what's led to your resurgence here in the last couple of weeks? What have you changed that's really been working for you?
I started choking up on my irons. I've always thought that my clubs were too long for me,
mm-hmm.
and I have to reach and get them away from my body.
Yep.
So now I choke up probably, I don't have a club in here. Yeah, I do. So these are the Wilsons that I play. So now I choke up just to underneath the Wilson logo. It allows me to get the club in tighter to my body. I can make the turn low, and I can really get behind the ball.
Were you right on the knob before?
Yeah, I played right back there.
That's pretty far back.
And I mean, I'm not a tall guy, so.
Well, even where I grip mine, I leave that much space, maybe more.
So now I get to about here with all my clubs from gap wedge to 7-iron that I play in the bag. I'm getting more distance, and I'm getting hella better accuracy all the way up the bag.
Yep.
So greens and reg are starting to pop up. Fairways has always been good. But now on the green or close to the green, a lot more regular. And that is really helping my game, and I'm seeing the results. And, going into this weekend, going to Speargrass, and I've never played the course you have, but I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm
thinking you're probably going to be off the orange tees.
Okay.
Maybe because they're 58-ish hundred. The next set of tees is 64. So I don't remember if they have an orange-blue combo, because that might be where you slot in maybe, because the orange might be a little light for you. But you'll be somewhere in there. And again, Speargrass it's a pretty open. It's got some fescue-y spots because it is kind of it's out in the field essentially. But I mean, overall, it's got some pretty gettable holes, being 6 par 5, 6 par 4, 6 par 3s. The interesting part's going to be watching people come into 17 and 18, which are along the riverbank, which are gettable par 4s. But you have to be very accurate because the fairways are not wide. And if you miss the green, left or right, you're in the shit
Hmm.
and you're taking a drop.
Wow.
So or maybe OB and taking a drop. So it'll be interesting to watch. I think we'll see some solid scores there because it's scoreable. But I think
There's definitely going to be a risk reward.
100%. And if
Playing
your
that course.
accuracy if somebody's accurate with that risk reward, they could have a lot of success there. So it'll be a fun course to play. I think you're gonna like it. There's some massive sand waste bunkers around there. Like one of the par fives has like, I don't know, it's like a 250 yard waste bunker down the left side of the par five, all the way from 250 yards out all the way around the green. It's crazy. But I think you'll do well there. And
I'm looking forward to it because again, you've been trying to get me there since we started playing golf.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You go play it. You go play it
usually once a year at least.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm excited to get there, do it because where my golf game is now, I think I'll play men's league Wednesday night. We'll do a range session Friday before, and we might even do 9 holes after work on Friday. So
how about Thursday?
Thursday is gym for me.
All right.
So
Thursday's always my open night because my wife has their thing. So I usually like to get 9 in on Thursdays.
Well, you never know. I might do 9 on Thursday and 9 on Friday. Just as prep.
It's funny though because like we do. I have to hit 1,000,000 balls. I just have to. It's just become what I have to do. And for you, you're just like, no, I can step back. I'm comfortable with where my game's at. I can dial back a little bit.
Really, what my range sessions are for truthfully is not even about hitting the golf ball or what the clubs are doing. Doing a range session for me or going and hitting a bucket of balls before we play, it's actually about getting my body loose.
That's fair. Yep.
Because
you're old.
I'm old. I say that, but for me, it's just opening my hips up, opening my body up, and getting stretched out.
Yep.
Then I kind of work on where the ball's going, what my clubs are doing, how it's feeling. Again, I can't tell you how much. I'm not a technical guy. I'm a feel guy. I have to feel the club and I have to feel the swing. And if I don't, it's gonna be a long fucking day.
See, I'm similar, especially for the short game. But I mean, I think now spending a lot of time on the range and working through things, like if I'm missing or struggling with something, I'm getting pretty good at knowing how to fix it and knowing how to make an adjustment. And I mean, there's times where I'll get off a tee box with a shit shot, and then I'm like, okay, well, you have to take your medicine here. You're going to try for a bogey, or you might give yourself a chance at a par, but you're probably looking at a bogey, maybe even a double.
Well, didn't we do that on? Didn't you do that on Saturday, or was it Sunday?
No, Sunday I did that.
Sunday. So,
but we'll get there.
We'll get there.
But yeah. So, anyways, for me coming out of Paradise, like I said, I shot a plus 25 and then a plus 18. So I was less than happy with my play, and it had nothing to do with the course itself. It had nothing to do with the tee boxes I was playing. It was just I struggled. I just had a rough weekend.
And you blamed it on Leah.
Yeah, sure. We'll blame it on Leah. Why not? But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it was just one of those things where, I mean, I was out on the range talking to a guy the other day, and he's like, the best in the world, they'll win one week, and then the next week they'll miss the cut. And I'm like, you know what? That's a great perspective, actually. That's how hard this game is. But
for you, like you play that yardage at Medicine Hat.
I know that was the thing that was so frustrating
regularly.
For me.
And again, maybe Paradise Canyon didn't fit your game from that distance. Okay, you put that, but we had a chat about it, and it's like you have to learn to play from there.
Yes,
right.
For
you have to learn how to get up and get around these holes from that distance on different courses. Okay, you play from that yardage at Medicine Hat. Well, you've played 200 rounds there.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, so, I mean every round 6,400 yards.
Right. So the yardage isn't the problem. It's you're not facing those type of fairway bunkers or all bunkers around the green. Like your bunker work needs some help. But,
yep.
But
for sure.
So you have to learn how to play those long courses and play around them because you're going to be there, man. After your weekend, you're firmly entrenched into the B flight, which is excellent for this guy.
There. So anyways,
so now So now that we're in different flights, I'm cheering for him because when he's in the C flight, I don't want this asshole to win. So,
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I'll cheer for you too if we're in different flights.
yeah,
Which we
yeah.
probably
When
will
we're
do.
in the same flight, Tanya Harding type deal, right? That's where we are. But now that we're in different flights, let's double up on the W's.
So I come out of Paradise and not happy with my game. So I had the Monday off. So I played Medicine Hat Golf and Country. You had to work. I played with Bob. Shot an 84.
Oh, I did play Tuesday last week
Um,
because we played the Canada Day.
oh yeah. So I played with Bob. I shot an 84. I had a birdie, 6 pars, 9 bogeys, 2 doubles. Okay, solid round. Pretty happy with that. Canada Day, I went out in the morning. I played Riverview with my buddy Curtis. I was 7 over on the front, 3 over on the back for an 81, which from those tee boxes was a 12.2 handicap differential. So, I mean, solid round, but, a little higher than what my differential was. So then July 2nd, which is Wednesday night.
We played the Canada Day tournament at Medicine Hat.
Yes.
Alternate shot.
Yes.
We suck at it so bad.
We did okay, though. We finished... What did we finish? 6 over?
6 over?
Yeah, 42. Yeah, we were tied. We were tied for the second lowest score on the back.
Oh, okay.
And we lost. There were 6 teams that were tied in there. We lost in the count back. So I mean, from last year where we were plus 11 to this year where we were plus 6.
Okay.
I mean, major improvement.
Fair enough.
An alternate shot for us can be sometimes fun because we don't usually play from a lot of the same spots, but that's changing because I'm hitting a lot more fairways.
And I'm scrambling a lot.
Yeah, you were scrambling a lot, so it was kind of like you put me in trouble, and I'd be like, "Well, that's fine. I play from here. Usually I'm on my own, so whatever." But yeah, so your team's working men's night. I come out. My partner doesn't show up, so we play 2v2. Right? We play 1v1, but 2v2 as a match. So I have to play 2 guys by myself. So and we lose.
And it was the Vault guys.
It was the Vault brothers, and so. We start on hole 14, which happens to be the par 3 that Alvin's sitting at. And so I show up there, and I got to play them. So we lose 5 points off the match right away. So I have to get more than 5 points to get any points in this match. And the one brother plays against his handicap, and I play the other brother. And I had to give him, I think there was only one hole I had to give him a stroke on. So anyways, we start on 14. We... hit the green, make a nice birdie putt.
Yeah, you were actually KP for most of the night until probably the last group or second last group took it from you.
Damn it!
Yep.
I knew I was going to hang around there for a while.
You were.
So yeah, so I made birdie on 14, which is the long par 3. So I'm 1 under. The guy I'm playing makes par, 1 up. Okay, 15. I double. I went to go 3-wood off the tee, totally duff it. Or no, I went driver off the tee, totally duffed it off to the left, brutal ball. End up with a double, so I'm 1 over through 2. 16, I hit a really nice tee shot, 2 putt for par, still 1 over. 17, par 5, I hit a nice 4 hybrid. Then I hit a beautiful 6 iron to within like 20 yards of the green, and for my second shot, chip on. Make another birdie. So 2 birdies in 4 holes, back to even par. 18, I double. Just cuz. So we're plus 2. 10, bogey, plus 3. 11, the other par 5, birdie. So plus 2. 12, one of the easiest holes on the fucking course. It's straight as an arrow. Double. I lose a 6 iron left. Behind a tree, have to chip out, then hit a shit shank of a wedge, then hit another bad wedge. It was just a cacophony of errors. So I'm 4 over with 1 hole to go. 13, 6 iron up, 9 iron over the green, and I step up with my 62. He asked me if I wanted the pin pulled, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. And lay down just a beautiful little chip, and it just goes in, and they look at me, and they're like, why not? 4 birdies in a round. And I'm like, yeah, I couldn't tell you the last time I got 4 birdies on a 9-hole stretch. I was like, because I don't think it's ever happened in my life. So I finished at plus 3 for the night.
Well, that's a prelude, though, to what's coming, right?
Yeah. So I finished at plus 3 for the night. I won my match 5.5 to 3.5. So we got an entire half a point out of our match, thanks to my partner not showing up. So, anyways, that was a good start. So next day, I go out. I play 9. Kind of an up and down 9. I had 2 doubles, a bogey, and the rest were pars for +5. I played the back, solid. Okay. The next day, I went out again. I played the front. I went bogey, par, bogey, par, 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 bogey, bogey, bogey for another 41 +5. Again, really good, solid. Very happy with that. So Saturday we go out. We play our round. I go par, double, double, bogey, triple, par, 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 birdie, par, par, double, bogey, par, bogey, to go 42 or 44, 42 for an 86. And I shot the same as you on the Saturday.
Yeah.
So we got there in different ways, but
yeah. You weren't happy with yours. I was happy with mine.
yeah, I was. I didn't like the too many double and triple squares, right? Exactly. Like overall. But I mean, again, not a bad round. Mid 80s is fine. And then yesterday,
get in the Sunday.
So yesterday, I go 3-wood off the tee box, 100 yards. 100 yards.
Total duff off the first.
Yeah, 100 yards. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. So I'm like, well, bogey's in play now for sure because it's a par 5. It's long. So I crank a 6-iron. I crank another 6-iron. I think I got on in 4. And then I 3-putted, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
And so I ended up with a double. Number 2, I take a bogey. So I'm 3 over through 2. Number 3, again,
par 5.
I hit a beautiful tee shot. Absolutely fucked up my second shot, but still was inside the 150 for my third. Hit 2 bad wedges.
Fatted.
Yeah, and then it took me 4 to get on, and then I 3-putted again for another double. So here I am through 3 holes. I'm 5 over.
5 over through 3 holes. So
5 over through 3 holes.
Remember this.
So 4, par 3, hit a beautiful iron shot just out to the left. If you play it off the left hill, it usually gets a kick towards the pin. Pin was at the back. I think I was 1.5 feet from a hole-in-one.
You were, yeah, that one, yeah. And I really think I rolled mine like.
And you rolled yours right, but Alvin moments before just rolled his right by. We've had a few chances on that hole.
On that hole this year, yeah, we've had a couple of chances.
So I make the birdie. So I'm back to 4 over through 4. Okay, we're back to bogey golf.
Bogey golf.
Excellent. 5. I make a bogey. I want to say I 3-putted that again. I think I had 3 putts on the front. I think I 3-putted that one. And then so 6 is another par 3 or par 4. Sorry, basically same distance as par 5, just or as number 5, but it's got a little bit of a dog leg in it. So I make birdie. So 2 birdies in the last 3 holes. And I'm back to 4 over through 6. 7, hit the green, 2-putt, par. 8, make a bogey. So
because it's a tough hole because you were out to the right on number 8, I believe.
Yeah, I was in a good spot.
You were in a good spot.
Yeah, I was in a good spot. My second,
but I think your second shot went off the back or to the right, and you had to chip it on. Right?
Yeah, I was just on the fringe, and then I didn't give myself enough on the second one, and I just missed my par putt.
Yeah, because you had an opportunity for par on that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, bogey, whatever. Again, it's the second hardest hole in the course, so we'll take it. Then 9. So 9, lose my tee shot out to the right. I don't really have much of a choice, so I just take a 6-iron and I punch it up just in front of the green, and I'm like, I'll try and chip it close and make my par. So you hit a shitty second shot. And then your third shot was like
tight.
Inches, like 3-4 inches for a tap in.
For a tap in par, yeah.
Oh, by the way, Alvin, Leah just said $260 in snips from Alvin. I never want to hear about snips ever again.
Is that what she just
said?
That's
what she just messaged.
$260 in snips from Paradise Canyon.
That's a hell of a weekend.
That's a nice payday for the Alvin.
Yeah, that's a good weekend.
Who did bitch at her on the Saturday about snips.
Yeah.
And a nice little payday for the Alvin.
I told you it's going to pay for your holiday.
Yeah, so I'll take the $260, Leah. Thank you.
So Alvin taps in for par. Alvin walks up, taps in for par. I was going to get him to mark it, and he's like, "Well, I'm just going to tap."
Yeah, I mean, literally, it was like 4 inches.
So Darren and I were kind of side by side, and I'm like, "Well, I'll go first, whatever." So I hit a nice chip with my 58, launched it well.
A nice chip. Like I was standing off to the side of the green. It hit, had one little bounce, and just released so nicely. And I mean, it tracked for about close to 20 feet. Like after it hit, did a little bounce, it tracked for about 20 feet. Dunk right in the cup.
Birdie.
Chip in birdie.
And
I kind of looked over and I'm like, fuck, like one up me again on this fucking hole, right? So what did you finish that front nine at?
Plus 440.
And that's what I shot it at plus 4 too, right?
Yeah.
So,
we were both plus 4.
So we made the turn and we were even again as we were on Saturday.
After starting plus 5, I play through 3 holes. I played 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 and 9 at 1 under. With 3 birdies in a 6-hole stretch.
And to be honest with you, I wasn't aware that you were like when we both walked off and you said I shot 4 over, and I was like, oh well, I shot 4 over too. I wasn't quite aware that. Again, focusing on mine, that you were 5 over through the first 3, and this is where you got to. I was like, oh fuck, okay. I didn't realize that until basically we were walking off 18.
Yeah, well, we were walking up 18, and I said something to you. So 10, hit a beauty drive. It kind of slants right, so kind of a shitty fucking bounce. I was kind of up in the rough a little bit, front pin. It's kind of behind trees, so a lot of guys hate that shot. I mean, I hit my wedges so high. I'm far enough back that it didn't really affect me. I put it on, and then I drained it was like an 8 or 9 footer. And it was just straight in the hole for another birdie, back-to-backers. So here we are, 4 birdies through 10 holes, and all of a sudden I'm 3 over.
3 over through 10.
And Alvin's like, oh, he's hot.
To be honest with you, I wasn't really paying attention. Because when we made the turn on the Sunday,
yep.
I was playing well myself.
Yep.
So I was kind of in my own zone.
Yep.
Folks, right? I knew you were playing well. I was playing well. Darren was playing okay.
Yep.
So I was kind of in that mode of like, okay, just one hole at a time here, right? I was totally unaware of where this guy was.
So 11, par 5. I ended up bogeying. Took me 4 to get on. 2-putted, bogeyed. 12 took me 3 to get on. 2-putted, bogeyed. So here I am 5 over through 12. So, okay, we're good.
Yeah.
13, watered up the left-hand side. I've lost some balls this year, or put some balls in there for sure, trying to go with the 4 hybrid. But the problem is if you overcook it at all, it's in the water. So I did that on Saturday. I was like, I take the 4 hybrid. And I even said that after the hole that day, I'm like, I just got to fucking hit 6-iron here. That's it. That's the fucking play.
Yeah. So
I hit 6-iron. I went off to the right. I hit a beautiful approach shot, 2-putted for par. Or sorry, I think I was on the fringe, and I 1-putted for par. Sorry. So then 14, long par 3.
Fuck was it a long par 3?
Well, this is what they do. They put the pin at the front, and then they move the tee boxes back. I said,
I hit a 3-wood there, and I just barely got it on.
Yeah, it was closer than I thought it was.
Because some asshole told me I was short. And as we're walking up, there's a ball on the green.
There's 2 balls on the green, because mine is on there too.
And I'm like, some fucking ginger asshole told me that I was short, but yet I had a birdie opportunity.
Yep. But that was a tough one. I was on as well. I ended up 3-putting that for a bogey. 15. So we both went left, and then I hit 2 horrendous shots, and I was lying 3 right in front of the green, and I got up. I hit a really nice chip again, and it was hung on the lip for par, and I tapped in for bogey, and I'm like, yep, anytime I can get out of there with a bogey, I'm very happy on this hole.
That's a hole you have to play. It's the hardest hole on the course, and it's a par 4. It's 460 yards from the whites.
452.
452. Like, you got to play it like a par. I play it like a par 5, right?
Well, I mean, I can never get the par 5 before that is 497 yards.
Yeah, right. So I always play it up the left side, and there's those bank of trees on the left, and it always takes going for the green out of it for me, right?
Yeah, you can't be left on the hole.
I can never
force myself to
go right enough, right?
So then 16, little par 3. The afterthought hole, as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
I hit the green. I made a slippery, probably 6-footer for birdie. So here I am sitting at 6 over par with 2 holes left to play. And last year, our goal all year long was to break 80.
Our goal still is to break 80.
Yes. And I mean, we had multiple chances last year going into 18. You had a couple, I had a couple. Then we got the bogey and we ended up with 80, right? Because we were sitting at 79. Yeah. So 17 hit the fairway. We all had our third shots were all like tightly grouped together for wedge offs.
Yeah.
I hit a good wedge. You hit a good wedge. Darren hit a good wedge. Boom. I had a downhill putt and I hit it and it went smoking past the hole. I didn't even hit it hard and it went smoking past the hole. And I probably had an 8 or 9 footer for par and I was not happy. I was like, are you shitting me right now? All you needed to do was cozy it up there. So I'm like, fuck. I'm staring a bogey in the face and I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm walking off this hole with a bogey.
Oh, yeah.
And I just stepped up, lined up my putt.
Dude, you hammered that thing. Was that the one where you hammered it and like it went into the hole like boom?
Center cup, yeah. Center cup, right.
Hit the back. I mean, I was like, that was, we were walking off and I was like, Jesus, there was no way you were not making that par to walk off that fucking hole.
I hit,
because you hammered it uphill.
I hit 3 beautiful shots and then to hit a terrible downhill putt. And I'm like, well, I'm going uphill now. I can be aggressive with it.
That was one of the hardest putts I've seen hit a hole and still go in the hole. It was hammered.
So anyways, I walked out of there with a par. So 1 hole to go, I'm 6 over.
1 hole to go, 6 over.
Yep. So 18's a little dog leg left. So I play it up the right side, curl it in there, just off the fairway, just in the first cut, which is fine. I probably hit one of the best gap wedges I've hit all year. Started out to the right, and it just curled back to the back flag. And you're like, look at that, just draw right in there. And I said to you after I hit that shot, I'm like, I won't even tell you what I'm shooting right now.
Yeah, because we were going up, and I had just come up short.
Yeah.
On my second, and I'm like, if I can get out of this with a bogey, it's going to be a great round for me. And you said to me, I'm not going to tell you what I'm shooting. And I looked over and are you fucking breaking 80?
No, you said career best.
I did say career best.
And I'm like, yep.
I was like, oh shit.
So I get up there. I got 2 putts. Missed the first one. And then I kind of had a knee knocker 2-footer just because it was, just for what it was. I tap in the par to finish the back at the best I've ever scored on a 9 in Medicine Hat, 38 plus 2. To finish with a 78 plus 6, break 80 at Medicine Hat Golf and Country Club. And
so that's a career
amazing.
Round.
That's a career round there.
And a fabulous round. And
to start plus 5, though, is just wild.
Right?
And then to finish at plus 6 overall. Wow. Like, that's insanity.
How many birdies do you have that round? 5.
I had 5 birdies.
Is that a career too?
Yes.
Yeah.
3 in the front and 2 on the back. And 4 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 in a 7-hole stretch.
Wow.
Like that's unheard of.
Well, congrats on a career best, buddy. Congrats on breaking 80. You shot that elusive 78.
Yep.
That's fantastic. I mean, props to you, and
So when I left,
so firmly entrenched into B flight.
So I was just gonna say, when I left Paradise Canyon, my handicap was 11.2, or sorry, 11.3. My handicap after yesterday is now an even 10.
Nice, right there to getting in single digits again.
Yeah,
because you were there last year, right?
Yeah, I got down to a 9.8 at the very end of the season. And for me, it was, I came out of Paradise. I made some changes. I changed my ball marker, which the same ball marker I've used for fucking 3 years. And I changed it up. Changed my ball marker. I took out the TaylorMade ECG putter out of my bag because I was not happy with the way I was putting. I put in the Spider. The Jailbird. I put in the Jailbird in there, giving it a real honest run. I do know that my lag putts aren't quite the same because I don't have the feel yet.
But you don't have as many lag putts as I do. Your approach game is tighter than that.
Right, but
you may have had 1 or 2, but
that's something that's just a touch thing, right?
Exactly. Well, and that's something, if you have to deal with it 1, 2, 3 holes out of 18, big deal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because your approach pattern is tighter than that on a You're not hitting greens in 3-putt territory, so
Yeah.
your lag putting is probably not where you want it to be. But again, not something in your game that you have to really concern yourself with.
I changed balls. I went to the TP5 stripe from the TP5 pick.
I actually asked you about that.
Yeah. And I just, I don't know. Maybe that's the superstitious part of me. Is just like, it's not fucking working. It needs to change. I took the 5-wood out of my bag and put the driver back into it. Not that I've been hitting the driver much, but I changed my bag composition again, and it was just, it cannot get any worse than that. So we're gonna change some shit up, and we're just gonna go with it.
And here you are.
And
career round.
I had
but a lot of work though. You put a lot of work in when we got back from Paradise Canyon. Again, you put that whole week of work in.
Yeah, I mean,
which led up to the weekend.
I mean, I could have been pissed about it and sat on it and just not done anything. Instead, I was like, you know what? I mean, to be honest, I got what I deserved the way I was playing, for being a fool and twinging my wrist, which probably didn't help having to wear a wrist brace. I mean, no excuses, but that probably maybe played a part in it. But at the end of the day, I mean, I chose, you got to get back to work. You got to find a way to make your game better, because you know what's in there. And I'm very happy with how my rounds went. I mean, I went and I hit 2 extra large buckets tonight, just working on some stuff. I hit probably, I don't know, 80 driver balls tonight, just working on some, getting some video, working on where I need to be with the position of the driver, how far away, seeing what I'm doing.
I think that's so key in what we're doing now, where we are, is actually videotaping what you're doing on the range.
Yeah.
So that when you're hitting, when you're hitting your driver well, okay, well, what am I doing?
Yep.
Right? You can look at it and say, okay, those 3 shots were shit, right? That was a good one.
Yep.
Well, when you see the good one, you can literally visually compare it to the shit ones and say, okay, well, my hands are here or my face is here, right? You can do that type of homework.
A lot of it's in my setup. From what I noticed, I was getting sloppy with my setup, getting rushed, not leaning and hitting up on the ball. Weight transfer was sloppy. Its face was either too closed or too open. But I mean, like I said, my miss all of a sudden now it's a slice again, and that's my only miss, which is good. I'm back to a one-way miss up the right side. I can handle that. If I'm aiming up the left and I happen to slice one, well, you're gonna slice some. That happens. You're gonna miss some balls that way. But I'm getting the confidence to lift it off the tee where I can actually use it again, which is key. Because I mean, if I am going to entrench myself into the B flight,
you're going to need that club.
At some point, I'm going to need it. It's not going to be every hole. I mean, I can get away with a 4 hybrid on a lot because I'm hitting that 220 to 245. But I mean, at some point, the driver, if I can harness that, it's going to put wedges in my hand, and it's going to make me that much more of a threat in the B flight to score and to potentially have an opportunity to win at some point. And that was probably one of the biggest eye openers for me coming out of Paradise was, yes, you've done well getting to where you're at with a 6-iron and a 4 hybrid off the tee box, but if you really seriously want to get better, you got to find some more distance.
Well, again, if you're going to play from the
longer tees,
longer tees, because again, when you're playing in the C flight, you play from a tee box up, which for a guy like me who doesn't hit the ball long,
it
puts everything in play. Which
it's more suited to everybody's handicaps, right?
Yes.
Which
is if you're going to play from the B, then you're going to need it.
There will be holes where I will need a driver.
220 to 230 off the tee box is really, you're short siding yourself, which is kind of what I do when I'm playing from the tee back, like when we're playing from the whites at Medicine Hat.
Yep.
I don't have that distance to be that gap wedge, pitch wedge in on some of the par 4s, right?
Well, and that's what I did at Paradise, especially on the Sunday, because I had no confidence in my 4 hybrid, so I dropped to my 6. Well, it's like you have a long iron in or a hybrid in to every single green. Well, yeah, of course your dispersion is going to get wider. It's not going to be as tight as having a short iron or a wedge in, right? So, I mean, I think that was one of the biggest eye-openers for me coming out of Paradise, and really kind of, revitalized my drive to and allowed me to find the holes in my game. That amongst the the sand work, I hit some bunkers this weekend. Played out of them not bad. I got rushed in the bunkers. I was getting my weight off my front foot. I wasn't opening up my hips I was getting too close to the
Handsy.
ball. I was getting real handsy. So all of a sudden, I start doing a little bit of work in the practice area. Life's starting to get a little bit better again. And it's just, the things you neglect in the golf game, I find, they have a funny way of coming out and
creeping up and
just
biting
being like,
you in the
hey,
ass.
by the way, can you still do this? Because we're going to test you on that.
Yep. Which is one of the things, like, my bunker game is fine.
Yeah, your bunker game's excellent.
My bunker game is fine. My chipping game is getting way better.
Yep.
Because now I'm starting to use my wedges. It's not all bump and runs. I'm actually, getting some loft on the ball. Off the tee box has never really been a problem.
Nope.
And my wedges or my irons in are getting better. I'm happy with where my game is right now. So I'm looking forward to going into the weekend. The day trip to Speargrass is going to be a lot of fun.
What's your handicap set now right now?
My handicap, buddy, is back down into 12.
Nice.
So my lowest it's ever been was, actually no, sorry. The lowest my handicap has ever been is 12.7. Right now it's sitting at 13.7.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, but that's going to drop, I think, the way you're playing.
Before this weekend, I was in 14. So
okay.
So I am dropped down a few. So back into the 13s where I think my handicap should be, and because that's what I'm playing at.
Yep.
And
again, the game gives you exactly what you deserve. I mean,
but again, I went through that period of not being able to get into the, I was 86, 87, 88, right? And I went like a full month into that area, and that's what put my handicap up into the 14. Now I'm starting to get into 86, 85, 84, right? Now it's bringing it back down to where it probably should be, and I'm really happy with I went through that period of time for a month and a half where the game just left me.
Yep.
And again, that whole choking up thing on the irons, that just came through frustration on the range where it just wasn't working. And I hit a couple of shots choked up because I really wanted, I was focusing on getting my hips through, right? And finishing high. And I was like, I can't do it with the clubs at this length. So I just choked up and I hit a few balls. Actually, I think it was my pitch wedge, and I hit a few balls at the pitch wedge. I'm like, wow, compression was really good. Felt really good. Like I wasn't dragging the club through the zone, and it wasn't. I had to put effort in to get it. There was no effort in getting it through the zone. I was like, oh, I like that. So then it was kind of like a whole range session of just going through the bag up and down.
Yep.
Just choking up just that little bit, and it's changed my game now to where I'm really comfortable. And now I've got to keep at it, keep working at it. That's why.
Now you're making the right club choices too. You're not afraid to. Not afraid to go less club.
We talked about that, and that's been a progression again over weeks of always being long, always being off the back. Because if I'm around the 150, it's always been in my head that it's my 7-iron. It doesn't matter where the pin is, front or back, it's 7-iron. And now if it's mid pin, front pin, that's actually an 8-iron for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a 7-iron, and it took me weeks to get it in my head to just hit the 8-iron and trust it. Hit the 8-iron and trust it. Or even if I'm inside and I'm actually focused on where the pin is, back, mid, front.
Yep.
Doing those calculations in your head, because I don't use rangefinders, right? Everything that I play is out of here. And I do those number calculations in my head, looking at where the 100-yard marker is compared to the 50 and looking at where the pin is now. It's like, again, we talk about feel. It's a game for me. It's feel. And I'm like, yeah, that's a pitch wedge. And if I hit it now, if it's on target, I'm good. It's on the green. It's close. It's giving me those par opportunities now, right?
Yeah. Well, you're getting more confident putting,
and
so
the birdies are coming as well. Like,
yep. There was a while where you were birdie starved.
I went 2 months without a birdie.
Yeah.
Like it just literally no birdies for like 2 months, and then, we played.
You played Paradise and had how many?
I had 5 that weekend.
Yeah, so that's crazy.
2 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, including back-to-backs on Sunday.
Yeah.
Which is something I've never done.
Yeah.
Ever, which is have back-to-back birdies.
So a lot of firsts this year, right?
But the confidence is coming from that, right?
Yes.
Like I had a birdie on Saturday, but I didn't have one on Sunday, but I shot a better round on Sunday than I did on Saturday.
Yeah,
right?
Happens.
So just playing that static, better game, like, I'm going to have my double squares. It's just...
Yeah, you're learning to accept that.
Yeah.
Which is the hardest thing, right? Acceptance is the first step. I renewed my Arcos subscription for my free sensors that I got a couple years ago. Yeah, I didn't play with them last year, and so my Arcos sensors go on the end of your club, and they give you feedback on all your swings, your distances, where you're losing strokes, where you're gaining strokes versus whatever you want. So right now I have it set for like a 9 handicap. So I have it set that my goal is to get down to a 9, and if I go, where is this? If I go, so using my 3-round average, so the 3 rounds that I've used in the last bit, I gain plus 2.3 strokes per round on a 9 handicap based on my last 3. I'm minus 1.9 strokes driving, plus 2.5 on approach, minus a half a stroke on short game, and plus 2.3 on putting. So really, really finding, it's helping me to know where I'm gaining and where I'm struggling, right? And the reason that I'm losing strokes off the tee is because of distance.
Yeah.
It's not because I'm erratic. It's because of distance, which is awesome. Like I'm scoring 2.4, or sorry, I'm scoring 2.4 more birdies per round than a 9 handicap is. I have 1.5 less pars. I have 1.5 less bogeys and 0.2 more doubles. So it's like, just jumping around, but it's interesting insight, and I really like the app because it just gives me feedback. Plus, it really tells me what my distances are. I don't have to sit there and track it. It'll tell me. It'll tell me where my putts are. It's in my putter, so it auto detects, right, and can go through there. And then when you play in a tournament, you just put it in tournament mode, so it doesn't give you the plays like or whatever. So it's good. Also, I made a purchase today. I will have a caddy driver coming out with probably next week when we hit the course. So I got the black and light blue 2025 caddy driver. So we'll be twinning with our robo cards.
Yeah. I have had one. This is my second year with it now.
Yeah, the more we talked about it this weekend, the more I'm like, you know what? It'd probably make me a little less tired from having to push a cart. Maybe give me a little bit more stamina as I'm going through there. Who knows? Might make a difference. Again, and it's a good investment. So
I think it is. I mean, it's helped my game. Just because I hate pushing a golf cart, I'd rather go home than push a golf cart.
Yep.
And it frees you up. It literally frees you up to walk and focus on your game when you don't have that. You don't have that constant resistance against you when pushing a cart.
Yeah, especially when you're going up a hill or
when you golf as much as we do.
Yep.
Having that type of just freedom to just walk and take it all in, you'll notice a difference as well.
Nice. I'm excited. I'm excited for that. So we're playing Speargrass on Saturday. Which is exciting. What are we going to do? Cottonwood Sunday?
I think we're going to do Cottonwood on Sunday.
Make a return to the old stomping grounds.
Stomping grounds.
See how our games match up. I'm not even going to know what to hit off any of the freaking tee boxes. It's going to be crazy.
So here we go. We'll talk about this on one of the next pods, anyways. Hole number 2, right? Hole number 2 was always a hole that gave me a lot of problems because I couldn't. Lots of shit up the right side, water. And let's see where Alvin puts it on number 2. When we talked about going to Cottonwood and playing, that hole was in my mind as soon as we started talking about it. I'm like, I want to see where I can put that ball now.
Yep.
Right? Like, because we're going to play from the tips.
Yeah, for sure.
And I want to see how I can handle the hole number 2.
It'll be fun to get back there.
But we haven't done a go for the green on number 6 in over a year because we left the course.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to do some video of going for the green on number 6 because that hole is in play. It was always in play for you, and yes, it was in play for me, but it's definitely in play for me now. Like definitely 100% in play for me now. So, I will be excited to revisit some of those tees for sure.
It'll be fun.
Number 12 and 13.
You like right? just going home, right? Playing a nice round.
Man, we played like 300 rounds there. Like, legit 300 rounds in 3 years at that course. So,
well, my dad and my brother are coming down. I think the weekend of our club championship, but I think they're going to be here the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and the Monday. So I think I'm gonna try. I'm gonna take the Friday, Monday off. I think get out to Medicine Hat for the Friday, play the club championship on Friday or on Saturday in the shotgun, and then probably go play an evening round at Riverview or Cottonwood or something, and then do something similar on Sunday, and then probably maybe play Medicine Hat again on Monday with them, just because they're coming down for a little golf trip and just to get some visit in. So
We'll
that'll
have
be
to get
nice.
around in.
Yeah, and we got Mickelson the week before or
Yep.
that week, right?
Yeah,
So
I'm looking forward to that.
you're down to 2 events left in your season.
I was talking to my wife about that tonight, like Speargrass this weekend. Then I only have one event left on my schedule for the AGT, and that's Mickelson, which I'm again really excited for.
Yep.
But yeah, for me, there might be a couple of other things in there. I think we talked about the Rolling Hills Open. I messaged them today.
Oh, let me know how that is. I maybe want to jump in there with you.
So again, old stomping grounds where we used to go.
Be fun.
It'd be nice to get back there and again put the game up against that course.
Yep.
So yeah, we got some things coming up, and
I got Speargrass, and then I got Pinoca match play, and then I got Mickelson.
And then
I'm gonna go. I made it official last week. I'm going to the Tour Championship in BC.
So, I mean, that'll be a great weekend. That'll be a lot to talk about.
4 rounds. Sure. Kind of looking forward to it. And I was kind of talking with Leah, and she said Pinoca and the Tour Championship are 2 very different events, right? Because one's match play, and you kind of get to know the guys in your 8-person bracket really well. And then the Tour Championship's just another animal on its own, right?
Yeah, that's
playing 4 different courses and doing
3 different courses in 4.
Or sorry, 3 different courses in 4 rounds, and it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's been a fun year. We haven't done anything for Mulligans and Hackers.
Nothing yet, but we might have a short Mulligans and Hackers 2-month season towards the end here, because we have to give out the jacket and the jug.
It'll be Sundays only because I have volleyball on Saturdays, so you can't cut me out of it. As a defending champion, you can't do
Hell
that.
yeah, we can.
No way.
But again, if we're the jug is going to be a major, so it's going to be 2 days.
Yeah. So we'll put it on a weekend where I'm not.
Oh, now we have to balance the schedule against his volleyball schedule.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how she works.
All right. Well, anyways, that's episode 113. So check back next time, and we'll have an update on Speargrass. And
don't forget to head over to 36day.com. Give Mike Johnny some love, and go check out some merch.
36day.com. Use code MNH15 for 15% off. That'll let Mike know that you saw us and you went through us to get there.
Yep.
And yeah.
Anyways, guys, have fun, and we'll check back with you guys next week.
Later.